Okay, we're under the Nash here, and give you a peek at this under the floorboards thing here. Alright, so this is C, this is D, this is E. Now, looking over here in the corner, you can see that C here only goes to the sill. This is the sill that sits on the frame. Right here my finger's on. This is the inner sill, but that only runs from here to here to support the floor. So if you look, you can see back hiding up in there, there's the main sill that sits on the frame that follows that up and over the rear axle. Whereas this one is a separate piece. You can see the seam right here. It's held on by screws here, 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 and then probably under this glue here. But C is actually longer. That's why C is longer, because it goes to the main sill, whereas D and E only go to this inner sill. Now the measurements I took only run to the edge of the boards here. Like C here runs to the outer sill, D here runs to the inner sill here. That does not count the joints going inside these pieces of wood. I can't get to that. I don't know how far the mortise and tenon joint is in there. I don't know how far it goes inside this. Because that's blocked off on the other side. I can't get to any of this because of the splash shields and all that goody stuff. But you can see the joint here. You can see C. There's a joint here. There's C, and then there's the board that runs forward on the right side of the battery, because there's the battery right here. And this frame member kind of hides it, but you can see it right there. You can see the seam between the two. Excuse me. And then there's also a joint here on C for the other battery. Piece of wood right there that you can see, but that's covered up by this tin sheet that runs all on the other side underneath the front seat. Then it's the same thing on the other side here. C runs past the inner sill to the outer sill, whereas D and E stop at this inner sill piece here. This piece of wood that runs just between these, and I'll get you the measurements in here between C and D and D and E. But that is C is wide. The measurements are right. This is a big board. Maybe they changed some things over the years. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it is on my car. And there's also, I can get back here. You look here. Okay, this is underneath the rear seat. And this is the drop down for your legs here for your sit. There's also a board here that runs the whole length to the main sill here that sits on top of the frame, not that inner sill, the main sill. So the floor here, floorboards, are kind of their own frame deal that kind of just bolts inside the main sill plate with all these going across here. But you can see there's the main sill plate that's come up and over and followed the curve of the frame. And then here's the kick panel underneath the seat, which is right above us here in front of the bottom of the seat. So on that panel, you can see it's got some grooves in here for strength and stuff, but there really isn't any other room underneath the rear seat for storage or anything like that. There's very little space. So I hope that helps. We'll get you anything else if you need it, but those are the right measurements on my car. So I don't know, they must have just had some variation here and there. I don't know what the guy's in Sweden his car is, and I can't. Yeah, so mine's a 25. All right, have a good day. I'll talk at you later.